All right, we're live. Hi, my name is Adam Simmons.
And I'm Mason Rossi.
This is Project Geospatial, and so we're doing another episode, trying this out. We're actually on the old school Hangouts live system because I couldn't get the OBS software to work with the desktop audio today, so we'll see how this goes. So what are we going to talk about today, Mason?
I was going to say, now we know the pain that studio engineers go through whenever they actually have
Yeah,
to
it's
do
driving
this.
me crazy. I can't get this to work perfectly every time for some reason. So
Software updates, etc. Who knows, right? So today we're going to talk about location. It's been hot in the news recently, and well, for us being geo guys, it's been for a long time, but it's made a lot of noise recently in mainstream media. And so this is going to be about companies that collect data from numerous sources and then sell it out to various companies, whether it's for marketing, etc. So we're going to go over 6 main companies that do this.
awesome. Do you want to share your screen on what we're going to talk about?
I don't think I can because I'm on my phone here.
Okay, so send me the link.
Okay, I got you.
And I'll share it so you can talk about it.
Okay, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right.
Like I said, just not used to this old school Hangouts method anymore, but we'll
I
see how it
know we
goes.
had it the other way. All right.
All right, so hold on. I will share it, and you can go for it.
Okay, yeah, and chime in whenever you want to here. The first one on the list hits close to home for both of us, and you still use it. I don't so much anymore, but Foursquare, and we were using Foursquare since the beginning. Now it's Swarm, etc. But we've been using that for I don't know what the last 10 years, something like that. It's been for ages we've been using it. But it's a great source, and I saw it more as like a check-in thing, similar to Google Maps, etc. Where you check in and you share your location and you share where you're at. Well, it was kind of released. It's been known for a little bit, but it was just released in the last couple of weeks, or last week at South by Southwest. I think his name's Dennis that runs Foursquare. Just threw out there, but it was very open about it, saying, "Hey, we collect a lot of data about locations, and we work with other folks on selling it and incorporating it into various products that we create." So that was the first one on the list there, Foursquare. And a lot of folks are familiar with that one too. I think that's why they probably put it number one on the list. The second one on the list is Place IQ. And so some of these I'm not so familiar with, but I did do some research on them, some light research and background investigation. So Place IQ does the advertising, measurements, analytics, and sells data as a service. Now, their claim is that they work with thousands of data sources to combine the depth and accuracy of background with foreground data. So background data with foreground data is kind of their buzz and pitch words here. Now, I want to mention something else before I go through all of these companies. You can understand that these folks are selling location data and working with advertisers, etc. So everybody's going to try to say that they're the best or they have the most unique approach, when a lot of them sound very, very similar in what they're doing and maybe copying each other's techniques or using best practices. So that's the second one, Place IQ. Third one down on the list is called Factual, and they work on product development, mobile marketing, and analytics of highly targeted audiences and measure the effectiveness of their campaigns. Now, what they claim on their site and what they claim in their PR records is, once again, it's numbers. They're going to throw out numbers, but they have 3 billion references across more than 100,000 unique data sources. So they're saying that not only do they have references, geo references in the billions, 3 billion, but then they're pulling it from more than 100,000 unique sources. I mean, that's a lot of unique sources, to be honest with you. But those are the those are the numbers that they're throwing
Well,
out.
a lot of these folks, I'm not entirely sure the what some of them use, but I know a lot of them use crowdsourcing and things like Mechanical Turk to reach out to individuals to validate or update their location data for them. So it's it's folks on the ground they rely on that know their neighborhoods, and it's not always the most accurate either. Some folks will just kind of input data just to get their 10 cents to a couple bucks for the mechanical Turk listing. So, and how these folks aggregate and validate the data in the background is it would be interesting to learn about too.
That's some of the other. It's interesting you mentioned that too, Adam, is because that's some of the claim to fames on a lot of these here is where they'll go through and they build algorithms which remove fraudulent location data from their systems. That's what a lot of these companies claim. So not only do they claim the numbers, and they're also saying that they're really good at getting rid of the fraudulent data sources through their, through their AI or their algorithms that they built. So. It seems like those are the keywords in the competition. The next one is on the list, number 4 out of 6 is ground truth. And remember from this article here, these are the top 6 when it comes to selling data that they've highlighted. But there's others too, such as Google, for instance, selling location data. There's plenty of other ones out there. These are just the top 6 that they highlighted here. But the next one down is ground truth, and ground truth says and once again another claim, says its network is 10 times larger than its nearest competitor. So that's interesting. You say that your network is 10 times larger than your nearest competitor. Well, who's your nearest competitor, right? You know what I mean? If you're at the bottom of the bucket, then you don't have too far to go, right? So I'm not sure on that one. No harm or anything meant towards ground truth, but that's an interesting one to throw out. So 10 times larger than its nearest competitor. With high quality data that's been verified through independent accuracy audits. So that's another one is, like I said, they throw out the bogus data and they have very highly accurate data in there as well. And they do, they mention, other ones don't mention, but they do, so the audience targeting, location targeting, of course, but they do weather targeting as well, and that's something that I noticed that none of the other companies mentioned in here, although I'm sure that they do have to throw in weather into their algorithms as well. The next one down the list is called Cube IQ. And they are interesting because they say it's all anonymous location data. So there's nothing tied to specific people or companies, but it's all anonymous location data with geo-behavioral target capabilities. And then that's supposed to mean that Cube IQ clients can target consumers based on their offline behaviors and purchase intent for specific industries. So that's interesting that they're going for their offline behaviors as well. So Cube IQ's got some interesting things that they're working on too. They're saying that it's anonymous and that also that they can target customers based on their offline behaviors as well. So I don't know exactly how they go after offline behaviors. Adam, if you have any idea or input.
Well, I don't know, but some of that interesting thing would be the last one. Skyhook might answer some of that question because of the interesting ways they do it. It looks like they're going after the Internet of Things devices, or just we'll call it indirectly or blindly collecting, signals from multiple different things between Wi-Fi signals, GNSS, and cell signals out there, and just trying to identify the density of collection from those different signal sources, and figuring out where everybody is.
Yeah, you nailed it. And like you said, the asset tracking, wearables, connected cars, and point of sales devices, they're doing a little bit different. But yeah, you nailed it, number 6.
How they're actually identifying what those folks are doing or what those places are, that's an interesting correlation I'd like to learn more about with Skyhook. But they definitely have awesome activity data from all those different sensor types.
I would love to deep dive into each and every one of these, to be honest with you, or get some behind the scenes from each and every one of these companies, although I know that these are going to be probably even more closed doors than a lot of government classified data, because this is, these are all money makers here. All of these companies are making a decent amount of money, I guarantee you. So, which, I mean, they should. I mean, how can you increase your sales? I mean, yeah, it's great having, social campaigns and yada yada yada, but when you can specifically target location and people with, I mean, and start mixing it all together with what they're actually interested in, and I mean, it's become quite amazing. A little evil too, but it's quite amazing actually what all they can go after. So yeah, so in summary, that's the six location data providers that are changing the way brands target consumers. So just an FYI, an update for people. I wasn't aware of all of these, and I consider myself fairly up to date on most geospatial news. So it's a great read through for sure. Over on streetfightmag.com.
No, excellent. That's awesome. Shoot me the ArcGIS link. So the next topic we're going to talk about is an interesting visualization that was hosted on, I think, ArcGIS Online.
Yeah, I grabbed it off their Twitter account actually.
Oh, that's where it was. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they advertised it, I'm sure, on Facebook and some other places too. But I just happened to see it on Twitter, and it was later in the evening. It was, it's one of the. I mean, if anything that I find on there that that could be potentially interesting, of course I'm going to click on it. So I went after this one, and this one really was a highlight for me. So
Found it.
Okay, all right, perfect. So you
I'll
go to
share
your.
this.
Oh, okay, perfect. Share the screen out.
You can talk about it, and I'll share the screen.
Sure. So they're pulling in data from all over the place, from census data to you name it. And what you do is it's fairly simple. You type in your zip code. So I'm going to type in for mine 20190.
Yeah, let's reveal where you live.
Yeah, yeah, like you can look on Twitter, etc. Yeah, everybody knows that I live in the Reston Town Center. If you want to come find me, I'm at Pete's Coffee right now. So it's interesting. You can do the search on there, and Adam just did it, but it'll take in population density, median age, monthly credit card charges, online banking users, financial optimism, graduate and professional degrees, manufacturing workforce, college football viewers. I mean, they're taking data from a ton of sources. Whoever put this together is great.
This has got to be mostly like U.S. Census data, I imagine.
Yeah, so if you look on the bottom left of Adam's screen there, you'll see 32.3% of my Reston Town Center of our segment is up and coming. So we frequently change jobs as we climb the ladder. We rent housing, which often consists of condos, townhomes, or apartments. See, I'm not in that one. We tend, and then you can read more on it. We tend to live in lower density neighborhoods of large metro areas. So that's.
So are you an urban chick?
Chic or chick, or what do you say?
I don't even know how to pronounce that. Chic?
No. I mean, we do live here, but we don't rent. We own a home. I do see that the frequent job change occurrence around here for sure. I see that with folks all the time. Some people call it contractoring. I call it contract boring. But yeah, I see it all the time. Folks are swapping jobs and trying to move to place. So that's 32.3% or 1/3 of the Reston area. Then the next tab down is kind of interesting, especially for Reston if you know it. But the next tab down on the left is golden years, and it says that 20% of people that live here are active independent seniors who are either retired or nearing the end of their careers. Most of them are singles or empty nesters. And they stay busy with travel, sports, eating out, which of course helps here in the town center, visiting museums, attending concerts, and focusing on physical fitness and good health. So we have 20% of our population here that are in their golden years, is what they're classified. And then the next one is, and it's odd that I'm sitting here at a coffee shop doing this too, but the next one down at 19%, or let's call it 20% actually, it's called laptops and lattes. We are affluent, well-educated singles and partner couples who love life in the big city and hold professional positions. So that's 20% here as well.
Ooh, how many college football viewers are there? Not that many. 23% in the county, huh? Or 22%.
Which county are you looking at now? Are you looking at your place now?
No, I'm looking at yours in the county. College football professional or college football viewers.
Oh, you're
so
looking
yeah,
at
we're not we're not in the more technologically savvy, the area is. I think it's losing their sports interest.
I don't. I'm one of the. you and I both. We don't watch. We really don't watch sports. So I mean, maybe if it's like a Super Bowl or some kind of big event, and we're gonna go to some kind of get together. But other than that,
See how many? How about 50% online bankers, banking users.
yeah, that makes sense. It should be higher than that, to be honest with you. But yeah.
So I am in the Ashburn area. What does it label me as?
Yeah, see, and it's interesting too because we're only just so many miles down the street from each other, and each place has a different makeup to it. So
Most
go
of
ahead,
my area is
bring out Ashburn.
boomburbs. Young professionals moved into the suburbs for bigger homes they offer. We live in fully developed neighborhoods and are more likely to have mortgage than the average U.S. adult. Man, medium income 120,000.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Oh yeah, that was another thing too with the population density as well. Because what's your population density there?
Let's see. Population density for the zip code 3,219. Is that per square mile?
Yep.
So your population density for 20191
Is
or
it
zero?
4,000? Yeah, zero. It's 4,130.
Oh yeah, so I have a much higher population. No, you have a much higher population density
I
than I
have a
do.
higher one, and it's interesting because they show the county and the state on it too. The state's almost funny, to be honest with you. The state's at 215, and here we are in the 3 and 4,000s.
It's an
My
urban
county,
area for you.
yeah, my county's at 2,800. What's your county at?
Let's go flip on the other side again. My county is at, so let's say right there, it's 761.
Oh, see, and then we're at 2,880. But this is Fairfax, and you're in Loudoun, so we're just across county borders from each other here. But it's interesting how different those are as well.
Yeah. Awesome. So we covered 2 items today. We're going to keep this one a short episode, but we're going to try and get some guest speakers on next time. Who are we going to try and get on? Nah, we're not going to even tease that. Let's see if we can get them on first. so,
Well, we've had
so we talked
requests
about
from
2
some folks.
topics.
Yeah.
We talked about different location providers, and maybe if we get a chance, we'll see if we can reach out to those location providers, and maybe they'll be willing to, talk about their products and services online, and maybe some secrets behind the covers. So
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I mean, this is just honest behavior. I would have no ill intention. But I just would find the way that they produce the data and the algorithms
yeah,
and the
no,
methods is fascinating. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to use it. I don't want to resell it. I don't want to. I just want to
but
see
that's what
how
we do
it's
at
produced.
Project Geospatial. We try to increase awareness of geospatial technology and services. So that's all we're trying to do is increase awareness of how these folks are doing it, what they're doing, and how cool it is.
That's right, and it's all about location, location, location.
And we'll post the article for the location providers as well as this interesting ESRI application for what do they call it? Tapestry segmentation? No, it's this explore your neighborhood for community, lifestyle, and democratic information. So we'll post that as well on the video notes.
Excellent.
All right. Well, once again, I'm Adam Simmons.
And I'm Mason Rothman.
We'll see you next time.